This student said a theory that Jesus' resurrection is fake. Watch as Cliff debates him.
Because the evidence is the dude was really in touch with reality. He died, rose from the dead. You can trust that type of guy.
All right, there's theories that point to the fact that he never really died and was resurrected.
Sure.
One of them being that, the crucifixion, he was nailed to a cross and left there to die.
Mm-hmm.
One theory says that he was actually just passed out.
Right.
And someone found him, happened to, a medic, brought him back into a physically strong state of well-being.
Mm-hmm.
The claim that he was crucified and became, he was rid of his body would mean that he doesn't have any more physical attributes, right? After the crucifixion, the people were handing him food and he was eating among them. So it would seem that he never really died.
It would seem that he really never died. Okay, that is why I am grateful that in the Gospel of John, John records that a Roman centurion pronounced him dead. But, just to make sure, he took a spear, jammed it into the side of Christ, and clotted blood flowed from the cavity. They didn't understand that medically in that day, but we understand medically today that if you have a major wound to your chest cavity and clotted blood starts flowing out separate from watery serum, it's a sign of massive clotting of the arteries. You ain't been sucking wind in the past 5 minutes, you're dead. They take his body off the cross, they wrap it in about 120 pounds of burial cloth and ointment, put it in a very well-known tomb, the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, ruler, very well-known political figure. So this is not some little secretive tomb. They put his body in a tomb, roll a stone in front, set a Roman guard to make sure there's no hanky-panky, no Passover plot. All of his brave disciples desert him. They ain't around anymore. They're out of there. 3 days later, he supposedly rises from the dead, and I love the Gospels. He first appears to some women. That was a big mistake. Women weren't even allowed to testify in court. The sexism was off the charts grotesque in that culture. And yet Christ first appears to some women. Then over a period of 40 days, he appears to over 500 people who see him risen from the dead. Sir, the evidence is Jesus died, he was buried. 3 days later, the tomb was empty. People started seeing him. He ate with them. And they died for what they claimed to have seen, the dead Christ risen from the dead.